How do you know what a person believes? Do you listen to what they say? Or do you look at what they do? I think you know the answer. I mean, come on. If somebody says, I believe I'm not going to drown if I jump into the river, and then they don't jump into the river, that gives you basis to question what they claim was their belief. Or if I believe that gravity doesn't work, and therefore I will not kill myself by jumping off a tall building, and then yet, I myself don't jump off a tall building, even though I just said nothing's going to happen. If I still hesitate to jump off that building, maybe my real belief is not what I said my belief was. I suggest that we always look at the acts of people. The actual action will tell us much more than what people say, the words that people say. Who said it? I don't remember who said it, but it's a wonderful phrase. What you are shouts so loudly into my ears that I can hardly hear what you're saying, right? So now we know that the left, broadly speaking, and more specifically, say, the Democrat Party, are supposed to be for the little guy, right? They're supposed to be... Their justification for the redistribution of wealth is based on the fact that some people are less fortunate than others, and therefore those who are more fortunate are supposed to be forced to help those in need. Forced, right? That the use of force is justified by the fact that, well, some people are poorer than others. Okay. That's what they say they believe. Now let's look at what they do. Have you heard the story about what's his name? Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett talking to a group of billionaires, Bill Gates and a bunch of other people, maybe 10 or a dozen people, trying to convince them to donate half their money to charity. I will actually make a separate video on that alone. And Warren Buffett has made statements, a lot of statements to the effect that he believes the rich people should be forced to pay more taxes. Well, guess what? At the same time, Warren Buffett, in running his enterprises, maximizes every damn opportunity to decrease his tax payments. I mean, come on. If you believe you should be paying more, the rich people, if anybody's rich, it's you, right, Warren? Would you be maximizing every single opportunity to pay less taxes if you believe that you should pay more? That tells me that he doesn't really believe that he should pay more. Either he's schizophrenic or he's lying. I think he's actually lying to himself too. But that's his problem. But he's lying to you and I. He's telling you and I that we need to pay more in taxes because that would be fair. At the same time, he's making a conscious effort to pay less. That tells me that he believes that he should pay less. I think at the root of this is this unbelievable arrogance that permeates the leftist worldview. And part of that arrogance is, well, and in fact, I've actually had someone say as much to me. I was swapping comments with someone here on YouTube, and that person, I think he lives in Sweden. If it's a he, let's suppose it's a he. He lives in Sweden, and he was just blasting me for not believing that taxes are fair, that taxes are a fair thing, for saying that taxes are theft, pretty much. And he was like, no, we're supposed to pay. We're supposed to help out our fellow man. And I asked him, okay, so how much more do you think we should pay more? Because obviously, if your criteria is, fairness is when nobody's poorer than you, and yet somebody is still poorer than you, then obviously you're not paying enough in taxes. Is that right? He would say, yeah, that's right. I agree with that. Then I would ask him, how much more do you think you need to pay in taxes? He wouldn't give me an answer, obviously, because I think at that moment he could see where I was going with this. And then I asked him, why not? Well, if you believe that you should pay more, why not pay more? Just pay more. Donate more of your money to charity. Pick a charity to your liking and spend more of your disposable income on that, because you obviously believe that you're not paying enough, because that's what you're advocating. And he said, he said something to the effect that, no, I'm doing my service to society by telling others, educating them about having to pay more. So that is my contribution. and I don't actually have to pay more myself. Isn't that nice? That's so cute. I love that. Let me give you the story. Senator John Kerry. Now, Senator John Kerry is a big Democrat, right? He's a big redistributionist, big friend of the little guy. Senator John Kerry, who has repeatedly voted to raise taxes while in Congress, dodged a whopping six-figure state tax bill on his new multi-million-dollar yacht by mooring her in Newport, Rhode Island. Isabel, Kerry's luxurious 76-foot New Zealand-built Friendship sloop with an Edwardian-style glossy varnished teak interior, 2 VIP main cabins, and a pilot house fitted with a wet bar and cold wine storage, was designed by Rhode Island boat designer Ted Fontaine, but instead of berthing the vessel in Nantucket, where the senator summers with the Mrs., Teresa Hines, Isabel's hailing port is listed as Newport on her stern. Could the reason be that the ocean state repealed its boat sales tax and use tax back in 1993, making the tiny state to the south a haven, like the Cayman Islands, Bermuda, and Nassau, for tax-skirting luxury yacht owners? Cash-strapped Massachusetts still collects a 6.25% sales tax and an annual excise tax on yachts. Sources say Isabel sold for something in the neighborhood of $7 million, meaning, listen to this, Kerry saved approximately $437,500 in sales tax and an annual excise tax of about $70,000. Isn't that nice? Don't we love it when we have people like John Kerry to tell us how to live and to tell us that we should be patriotic and helping our fellow man during the time when the real unemployment could be around 17 to 18%? In fact, if they counted unemployment today as they did in the 80s, that would be the figure. Don't be shocked. Look up the statistics. Look up how they changed the rules, how they changed the formula and the definition of unemployment. So during the time, this guy tells us that, we should all support whoever's in need and we should sacrifice. And then he goes out and buys a $7 million yacht, which I don't begrudge him. If he made his money fair and square, his wife gave him money, I don't care. I love Heinz products. And if that makes her, enables her to buy a $7 yacht for her husband, I don't care. I love it. I'm all for it. But to be so blatantly in your face hypocritical, they will maximize every damn opportunity to not pay their taxes. Because, and again, I don't begrudge them that either. What I hate is the hypocrisy of them telling us what to do and then doing the exact opposite. I wonder how they justify it. Is it the same kind of justification that my friend from Sweden used? Well, I'm doing enough service to society by educating you fools about how you need to be more patriotic and more compassionate and cough up more money for those who are less fortunate than you. But I actually, myself, I don't have to do that because, my contribution isn't telling you what to do. Isn't that nice? Isn't that great? Doesn't that inspire you to do more for your fellow man? I think that's absolutely amazing. I love it. I love it. Challenge these fuckers. Challenge them every time. They don't believe in redistribution of wealth because they don't do it. That's how I know. It's very easy. Look at them. Do they spend money on discretionary items? Do they own nice cars? Do they wear nice clothes as opposed to, consignment store clothes? Of course they do. And we shouldn't begrudge them that. If they earn their money fair and square, if they didn't steal it, they should be able to do it. And, it's nobody's business what they do with their money. But notice how they love to tell you what to do with yours. Love it.